Holy moly. Hello, everyone. Busy. Yep, it's definitely Xbox 360. Although, technically, it's an N64 game. Am I on? Am I live? Hello, everyone. Welcome to another stream. I know it's been a while, but I'm planning on being much more active now. And so, we're going to continue our playthrough of Banjo-Kazooie. One of my favorite games of all time. I don't remember which game file it was. I don't think it was this one, because it says I had 33 JBs. I don't think we got that many. Let's see, what's this one? I know that Jack picture. Because we did, last time we did Clanker's Cavern, and we did a pretty good job on that. Oh, this one only has one level then. This one. Hello, Zio, welcome! In that case, it's probably the first one. 23 sounds more right. I wonder if cat. Yeah, this is the one. Wait, didn't say Clinker's Cavern. Treasure Trove Grove. That's weird. Game. Well, let me just go check. Whoops! That's not the right thing. I'll figure it out. Ah, there we go. So used to the N64 controls. Okay, hang on, before I have a whole bunch of people show up. Just gotta go take care of something really quick, and then we'll get right into this. To close my door. Didn't want anyone to interrupt me. I'm sitting on my cord, jeez. I swear to God, if I forgot to save or something, I'm gonna be so pissed. like, oh my god, I don't want to do Clanker's Cavern again. This isn't where I want to be. I still think, even though I like the Xbox controller more, it's always just feels a little bit off to me, using an Xbox controller in this game. I know it sounds completely silly because the Xbox controller is superior to the N64 controller, honestly. But I still feel weird using it. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's saying I have to do Clanker's Cavern again. Okay. I guess that's what we'll do. I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. Because the other file said I had like said I had way more jiggies than, just these 2 levels, and then the third file only had 1 level done, so I am not sure what's going on right now. But, that's alright. I know what to do, because we did this one already. So I can just breeze through this guy. Or just completely forget that there was a monster there. Get knocked off the pipe! That too. That will also be in our agenda today. If you kill these things, though, they don't keep popping out and bugging you all the time. I know that I used to, not know that for the longest time. And... okay, that's bullcrap. Okay, and when I discovered that I could kill them, it was like discovering gold for me when I was a kid, because it was not only extremely satisfying, but it also meant I didn't have to worry about them every time I went to look around for stuff. Hi, Jinjo. There we go, that's what I needed. I literally was looking at my, health bar at the top, and I was not paying attention to the background. Remember, kids, when playing video games, don't zone out. Hey, Mystery Flavor, welcome! Good to see ya, man. I have no idea how to get the chat on my screen, but I have it open on my phone. I so don't know what I'm doing, but that's fine. With Twitch, not with the game. I know what I'm doing in the game. Whoops, nope, that's not where I want to be. We're gonna go underwater in this gross, crappy water. It's really funny, I was playing Mario 64 the other day, and I kept trying to do this type of swimming that I'm doing right now in Mario 64. And I was like, wait. This isn't Banjo-Kazooie. I am Clanker, which is garbage grinder. Clanker, not like dirty water. Want fresh air! Okay, dude, we'll get you some fresh air. Don't worry. It's all good. I mean, if you don't... to be honest, if you don't like dirty water, maybe don't swim in a sewer. Just a suggestion. For the future. Eggs! Oh, nope. Holy crap! That guy almost got... that scared me. Frickin' jump scares? Did it scare you guys? I'm sure it didn't. I'm sure I'm the only one. I'm extremely jumpy. I'm a very jumpy person. I definitely don't have post-traumatic stress disorder. No. Not at all. I'm just trying to think of what to do. In what order. I think let's take care of the underwater stuff first, because it's the most annoying and horrible. But once we do the underwater stuff, everything else should be fine. So I'm gonna go for that pipe right there. And then we're gonna free Clanker again. I don't know why my game didn't save before. I'm a little bit confused about that, because I thought the game auto-saved. Zio is here, he knows I did it. He can vouch for me. I kind of raged a bit, though, at the Clanker thing. Hopefully I can do it a little better this time. Or a little more well? A little more well? Or run into it, that works too. The swimming controls aren't bad in this game. It's just that the thing is so low down and it doesn't give you enough air, and the bubbles only give you 1 air each time. You'll see what I mean, it's stupid. But I don't think the swimming controls are actually bad in this game at all. You can really control where you're going, it's just that it's slow. And if this music doesn't help. Oh yeah, and there's also notes down here I have to get. Because I am gonna try to 100% this game. Yes, you heard me right. I'm gonna try to 100% this game. It's not... I don't think a hard game to 100% necessarily. It just takes a while. See, look, these bubbles? They only fill up 1. So I basically have to go up for air each time, because I just don't have enough time. I didn't have to go up this time, but I kind of panicked. I hope... I just realized I'm spinning the camera, I was like, that's probably making people dizzy. Water sections are trash in any game, that is 100% true. Well, almost any game. There's a couple examples I can think of that are an exception to that, but for the most part, water sections are crap. People just seem to have this idea, especially in 3D games, they have this idea that water physics have to be, like, really realistic. They don't! They could just be totally fine. You could just like, move at a normal rate. And then a lot of water levels have, like, where you have to change the like, water level. Not the level itself, the, like... Oh, come on. That bubble just popped. Ocarina of Time is the most infamous example, but there's a lot of games that have- I might die. Ooh. Oh, I made it! That was awesome! Oh my god. Where you have to, like, change the water level from, like, one spot to the other. It's so stupid. But I have played games where water levels are fun. Super Mario Sunshine has good water levels, and Super Mario 64 has some good and bad ones. I actually like Dire Docks. I don't like the eel, though. He's terrifying. Or she. It is terrifying. I'm not gonna assume it's gender. Yay! We freed him! Freedom! Raise to the surface! You can do it! And then we're gonna go inside him! There's stuff in there. Speaking of fresh air, I need to go up soon. I'm not even gonna try to go for that. Damn it, there's 1 note down here. I'm trying to think of other water levels that are, like, good. Or, like, at least decent. There's not a lot of them. There's a game called Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom that has a good water level in it. It's a 2D platformer, it's a brilliant game. I'd stream it, but I already 100%ed that game. I don't really want to do it again, to be honest. But it's a good game. Might stream it sometime just for fun to show you guys, but it's a really good game. It's sort of like Shanty. It has the same kind of feel to it, and same kind of art style. See? 1 note. Man-Eater has a good water level, and the Great Bay Temple, Great Bay Temple wasn't, like, god-awful, but it wasn't really a great water level. I've never played Man-Eater. But that's cool. It's good to know there's a couple games that have good water levels, at least. Yeah, there are games based in the... Subnautica! Like, all of Subnautica is underwater. Well, not all of it, but a good portion of it is underwater, and it's, like, a really good game. We got the thing now. Did he just say bzzz? You're not a bee, dude. You're a shark in it, so yeah. Oh, Man-Eater! Okay, yeah, I've seen it on the store before. That was one I was actually thinking of grabbing. Because who doesn't want to play as a shark and eat people? I'm assuming that's what you do in the game, considering it's called Man-Eater. Let's try not to fall. Oh, damn it! You know what else? I think there's a few okay Sonic the Hedgehog water levels. There's also some really horrible ones. Like, Sonic is either, like, really good water level or really bad. I personally love Hydro City. I think it's a great level in Sonic 3. It does have some annoying parts in it, but I think it's justified because there's a lot of above water areas as well. I cannot walk straight today. I have Sonic on the brain, that's why. Sonic makes you go too fast. Hydro City is fun. Yeah, I think Hydro City is a good level. Water level. Sonic 2's water level's below. All of them. They suck. It only has like 1 or 2, but... Well, okay. I guess we're going... You know what? I'll get that other one later. I don't want to right now. We don't have to do it in any particular order. I'm gonna see if I have the invisibility. Nope, I don't. I'm gonna get the invisibility feather. Then I'll come back. I could get through there, but I don't wanna. No need. I don't know if you have to kill these crabs, but I'm gonna do it just in case. Because I like murdering crabs. It's fun. Ow. You guys are watching probably like, he got hit and that was totally his fault. I don't care. I enjoyed it. Also, just so you guys know, we're inside his mouth. No, not his mouth. I think this is like his tail. We're inside the fish. This is weird. Actually, Banjo-Tooie has a area in it where you go inside a fish as well. I'm not exactly sure what's up with Rare and them liking you going inside fish, but... it happens twice in this series. But in Banjo-Tooie, you're saving some guy's wife, who got eaten by the fish. In this, Banjo's just like, I'm gonna go inside! Let's see what's in there! Which I don't think most normal people would think of doing. It's creative, though. It's very creative. Like, I like how... you don't usually see this kind of thing. I'm okay with weird, as long as it's creative. Oh, yes, this. This is fun. Is it a fetish? I don't know. Dude, I don't kink shame. If someone's into going inside fish, that's cool. I'm not, but... hey. We all got something that we're into. Okay, this is what I hate about this. You have to go through all the way. I might not get this. I might not get this. But we'll see. Just gonna be, like, really clenched. If I don't, that's fine, I can do it again. I have time. I'm not going anywhere. Give me a break. Look at this. It's so tiny. Watch, 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 watch. No! Did you just see that? Oh, come on! That was bullshit. BS, what that was. I went right for it, and then he was just like, nah, I'm gonna go over it. I don't wanna go through this. I don't like it. That's right, I'll do it again. Oh, hell rings. What is this, Superman 64? I've played Superman 64. And, I actually beat the first level of it. And the second level didn't have rings in it, and I got lost. Like, I was stuck. I could not figure out where to go. I swear the game glitched out. Like, I swear, like, a door was supposed to be there and wasn't. And then the third level had more rings, and I was like, nah, I'm done. Nope. Not doing this. Yeah, flying through Ring Simulator, exactly, Zio. I get that it was an early, like, N64 game, but that was seriously nonsense. It was made by Tidus, who are notorious. They've made a whole bunch of crappy games. And I'm not somebody who usually calls a game crappy. Like, I'll always try to look at something good about a game. Like, I can even take a game like Sonic 06 and say, well, you know what, it has good music in it. Some parts look okay. But Superman 64 is trash. It's garbage. I can't think of a single thing about that game that is, like, a redeeming quality. And it's... Again, it's not something I like to say, because I'm a developer, so I don't like to make fun of games. I like to try to be like, well, you know, somebody worked on this, somebody cared, but I don't think anyone cared in Tidus. I don't think any of their employees cared at all. That's what I believe. Oh, I'm going out the gills. Or Titus, I don't know what they were called. I just think there's some games that get produced just for the sake of making money, and they don't care about anything else. And you can tell when you play a game like that. You just know. You can feel it in the soul of the game, if that makes sense. I will never kill a game trash if it has at least something good about it, if somebody cared. A lot of phone games are trash, too. For the same reason. I'm not saying all phone games are trash, by the way. There's some actually really good ones out there. Fire Emblem Heroes is... or not Heroes. The Fire Emblem phone game, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, is a really good game, and even though it does have, like, a lot of stuff that some of the others do, it's structured better, and you can play it without spending a dime. I've never paid for that game once, and I've enjoyed it. It's just that a lot of phone games get produced quickly and cheaply, or just are there to make money. That's what they're there for. Steam games, too. A lot of, like, Steam games lately have been pretty crap. This is a mouth, for sure, because I can see its teeth. EA? Yeah. Raid Shadow Legends! By the way, guys, speaking of Raid Shadow Legends, this Twitch stream is not supported by Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sorry, it isn't. I was gonna make a joke and be like, we're sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I wish. You know what? I kind of feel like if Raid Shadow Legends offered me money, I might take it. I'd be like, why not? I would be able to go buy myself a meal. But I don't make YouTube videos. So they wouldn't give me money. But I would do it in a funny way. I'd at least try to make the ad funny. Like, I've seen some really good YouTubers supported by Raid Shadow Legends. I just think it's more of a meme now. Okay, I'm missing some... Oh, yes! I remember what I need to do. I got stuck here last time I played this, because I couldn't see this thing right here. Oh god, Raid Shadow... I don't know, I get a little bit annoyed by their ads, but at the same time, these guys have to support themselves somehow. YouTube is a business, after all. Even the most heart-filled YouTubers have to make money. And Raid was offering everybody money! They were like, here's money, you have money, you have money. A lot of people aren't gonna say no to that. I don't blame them, honestly. Does it make me invulnerable? Sure does. Yep, this makes you invulnerable as long as we have gold feathers. That's what those were I was picking up earlier. I don't use this move as much as I probably should. They got 80,000 to sponsor them. 80,000 YouTubers? Money rules the world. Well, yeah. Like I said, I don't really blame them. I do get that the ads can be a little bit annoying, though. That is loud, holy crap. $80,000. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's a good amount. I wonder how they did it. Raid Shadow Legends is one of those things that came out of nowhere. And every YouTuber was sponsoring the same thing, and it got so annoying at one point. But like I said, if someone came up to you and was like, here's like 1,000, 3,000, however much money they were offering, you'd be like, yeah. I don't think a lot of people would actually say no to that. And I don't really consider it selling out either, because again, YouTube is a business. Nope, nothing up here. Oh yes, I remember, there was another spinny blade place somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Everything looks the same inside this fish, so it's really hard to know where to, like, I have and haven't been. I have a good memory, but I have a memory for, like, landmarks, so if I'm in a video game that has a lot of similar looking textures, it's really hard for me to find my way around. I'm good at maps, though. Which this game doesn't have. Maps. I think it's over here. Hey, Snowy! Welcome to the stream! All red and stuff, exactly! Everything's just red! And, like, wiry, it's just the same. This is a really ugly level in general. Like, Banjo-Kazooie has some really colorful, vibrant landscapes, I guess you could say. And then there's this. It looks like poop. I feel like whoever made this level at the time, they just got, like, really depressed. They were just having a really down month, and they were like, I'm gonna make a sewer level, and the water's gonna be gross, and we're gonna go inside a fish. If I make a game and there's a really gross, like, level, unless it's, like, supposed to be gross, like, if the whole game looks like that, please slap me. There's worse things out there, yeah? It could be the, it could be the Great and Mighty Pooh. From Conker's Bad Fur Day, which was also made by Rare. I'm kidding, oh wait, that's not where I wanna go. The Great and Mighty Pooh is awesome. I'm starting to think that Rare just like toilet humor, actually. They are British. They have a weird sense of humor. Okay. That's the gill. That's the other gill. I think I have to go in from the top. Yeah, I think I have to go in from the top. My memory of this level is coming back to me now. It's been a hot minute. I'm definitely not a friggin' speedrunner, so if you want a speedrunner, you might wanna go watch someone else. I'll get this at a decent pace, though. Here we are, this is what I was looking for. You can only enter from the top, that's why I couldn't find it. I've actually done this without the invisibility before. It's doable. Yeah, see, I was trying to fly up there, but it won't let me. See? I don't know what that's all about, like, you should be able to fly back up there. That's stupid. That's stupid. There's a nice view of Vangel's crotch. Okay, I'm stuck! Oh my god! Here we go, I'm out. Wow, I was like, legitimately stuck in there for a sec. There's definitely worse things out there, though. I've seen some weird stuff in games. Nightmare Fuel for young kids? Not really. I played this when I was 9 or 10? And I'd never found this scary. I've heard people say that they thought Clinker is scary, but I've never... I mean, to be fair, I played Mortal Kombat when I was even younger than that, so maybe that's why I was desensitized. But I never found this to be that scary. It's more just kinda gross, but not really scary. Yay! Whoops! That's the wrong button. That's it, that's what I wanted to do. This game has a weird thing where if you stop, you slide. If you stop when you're running, you slide, and sometimes I slide right off a cliff because of it. But it also gets you from falling off cliffs, kinda ironically. Let's go down here. I'm not complaining, I like this game. Ikabokam! Ikabokam! Mumbo jumbo ikabokam. We'll see him in a hot minute. I'm definitely gonna at least try to beat, this and the swamp today. The swamp is a long level, so that's why I was, like, a little bit disappointed I had to do this level again, because... the swamp is a long level. It has a couple of mini-games in it. One that I recall not liking. Although I was a kid at the time. I've played this game as an adult a couple times too, but... I'm 31, so I consider anyone under 25 a kid. No offense. Oh, jeez. Or at least under 22. Depends on the person. Gotcha! Gotcha! Even though I'm like a friggin' immature kid in my head all the time. I definitely would say that, these kinds of games, platformers, 3D platformers, are one of my favorite genres. Oh, that looked so painful. 3D platformers is one of my favorite genres of video game, because I just think it does the same thing RPG does in terms of immersing you, but there's more to it sometimes in terms of your brain. But I like RPGs for when I just want to turn off my brain and really get stuck in a game world. I love both genres a lot. Anyone who knows me knows I'm really into RPGs. And platformers, too. I mean, I pretty much like most genres, and I like at least a game in every genre. Except for Battle Royales, I'm not really into those. And it's not- I don't actually have anything against people who like them, or Battle Royales themselves, I never can feel it when I try to play them. I just can't get into it. My brain just is like, nah, I wanna do something else. Let's check where we're at. Because I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. There's 7, 8, 9, 4 of them. There's still stuff underwater, so let me grab that. grab it. Oh yes, there is at least 2 Jiggies underwater. I know there's one in a pipe. I'm doing all this off memory, I'm not using a guide. I've played Banjo-Kazooie and 2E so many times. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I just love this game so much. I adore it. I respect it. RPG is best? Yeah, I love RPGs as well. My favorite RPGs, I would say, again, anyone who knows me knows I love the Suikoden series. Suikoden is fucking gold. It's just so good, story-wise, and mechanically as well. I wouldn't say graphically, if you're all about graphics, Suikoden isn't maybe for you, but I think it's a fantastic series. The other series I really like on the PlayStation 2, which you can get on the PlayStation 4 if you have a PlayStation 4, is Dark Cloud. Or Dark Chronicle, as it's called in Japan. Dark Cloud is kind of a mix between city building and RPG, and it's also got random dungeons. But it's a fantastic game series. Very, very underrated. Underappreciated. And then I also love... I think probably my third favorite RPG would be... I'm in between a couple, actually. I'm not counting Pokemon. Because Pokemon is like its own thing. I consider Pokemon its own genre. It is an RPG, but... I would say, like, probably Chrono Cross is my other really good favorite game. Chrono Trigger is also really good. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm a big Fire Emblem fan as well. But I love all RPGs, like... For sure. I think I do prefer action RPGs over turn-based, actually. I have to be in the right mood for a turn-based RPG. This level is so confusing! Witcher 3, yeah. I personally... Maybe it's just because I didn't really connect with the main character, I don't know what it was. I couldn't get into Witcher 3, but I do understand why people like it. I totally get why people like it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Oh, and like, Fallout. I'm really into, like, the Bethesda Fallout... Not Fallout 76, that game was crap, but every other Fallout game I like. Some people might not consider it an RPG, but it 100% is an RPG. And I don't consider Zelda an RPG, which is why I didn't mention it. Zelda 2 is an RPG, but Zelda is not an RPG series. It doesn't have stats. You don't level anything up. And, it doesn't play like an RPG plays, either. It doesn't have, like, the menu systems RPGs have. I don't consider Zelda an RPG. And I know a lot of people will probably hear this and be like, I'm not ever watching you again, Choco. I don't care. Oh yeah, no, like, I consider Fallout an RPG, it is. It's 100% an RPG. It's probably more of an RPG than it is a shooter, and you don't even have to use guns in the game. There it is. And I love the Bethesda, Elder Scrolls games. I think I've been pretty clear on that with my friends, like, I really like those games. Another really good RPG series is Xenosaga. I have played Xenoblade, it's really good. I don't like it as much as Xenosaga, though. I think it's a little bit more convoluted. Just trying to remember something. The game, Monster Hunter is a good one too. I didn't really get into Monster Hunter, but I enjoyed the little bit of it I did play. I played Monster Hunter Tri, which was a really fun game. Oh yeah, PSO, for sure. I guess, like, because I was talking about RPGs, I consider PSO an MMO. But if we're talking about MMOs, Phantasy Star Online is wonderful. It does have its little problems, but they're nothing that I feel, like, ruin the experience. Like, the way that trading works is a little bit weird in that game. Like, certain items just can't be traded for no reason, and then other items can. But I think PSO is a really solid MMO, for sure. It's one of my favorites. I never really got into a lot of MMOs because I'm a little scared of them. Because I get really addicted to MMOs, like really badly addicted to them. So I kind of try to avoid them usually. But I don't tend to get too addicted to PSO because I feel like it's a game you can kind of play in little sections, I guess. Like, you can kind of set a goal, do it, and then be like, okay, I'm done, I'm good. I don't feel like PSO, like, really hooks me the way that other RPGs do. That's the reason I like to play it. But MMOs scare me, man, because, like, I get really addicted to them sometimes. I broke my addiction to RuneScape. Oh yeah, Zio, I remember you used to play that game a lot. RuneScape was my first MMO I ever played when I was in high school. And I got very addicted to that game. I'm gonna come back here later on my own time and get the rest of the Jiggies, because you know what? I already got them, and I don't feel like swimming around in here for an hour. Wasting your guys' time. I want to head to Bubble Gloop Swamp. Because that level was great. It's a fun level. And that's what I'm gonna do! I haven't yet, but I'm going to link my YouTube to my Twitch as well, because I want to upload all of my streams to YouTube so you guys have VODs, so if you miss any of my streams or can't catch them, you have somewhere to watch them. And also, on that note, hello to anyone who's watching this as a VOD! Welcome! Looky what I did! I haven't played that in like 10 years. Yeah, I haven't played RuneScape in a very long time. I barely remember it was that long ago. I tried WoW one time. My friend got me like a week of it for free or something like that. And it was so ugly. I just couldn't get into it because it was so ugly. I don't usually judge a game by its cover. Like, sometimes ugly games can work and play great. But, like, a game you're supposed to get immersed in? I just found, like, the male characters, at least, were really ugly, and I didn't really want to play it. And I just stopped playing it. I didn't really feel it. I know that a lot of people get into WoW because of the clans they get into, and you become a part of the community. That's different, because you can do that in any game. Any MMO you can do that with, pretty much. You like that sound? You like that? I hope you like that. I usually go on during double experience work on a 99, but I'm like, meh. Yeah! Like, that's why they do stuff like double experience, to get people to come back and play. But again, like, MMOs are just scary for me. I try not to touch them. Phantasy Star Online is the one I am really into right now, but even that I'm trying to, like, balance with other things. I want to play other games and have a life outside of just a single game. I don't like having a single game, just playing one game all the time. It's probably because of my, like, ADHD/OCD/ all that, but whatever the reason is, I like to jump around between games a lot. It's just how I roll. Just how I roll. Alright. We did Clinker's Cavern again, because, apparently, I didn't do it. But now we're into new territory, which is great. Banjo Tooie I know better. because I played that game a lot more as a kid. So if I get lost, that's why. That guy got completely schooled. Is there anything in these pipes? I can't remember. Yes. Okay, yeah, it's just her. I don't know what she's doing in there, like... You're just chilling in a moldy pipe. Imagine being a pair of boots. What kind of a life would that be? What a strange life that would be. I thought read the comments is like, oh nope, same thing. Bubble Gloop Swamp, here we go! I like this level, and I also don't like this level. I have a very love-hate relationship with this level. The music is great. And, the one reason I don't like it is because of this goop. You can fall in it, and it's everywhere, and it's... You just always have to get these boots on, and it's just, ugh, it's a pain. Do I have full health? Yes, I do. And there's a lot of running around in this level, too. It's a pretty big level. Oh hey, I found bottles! These are the wading boots. Yeah, so now we can wear these boots and go through toxic... water and stuff. Okay, chicken. Well, at least I don't have to find him again. Trying to be a swamp bear. So these guys you have to feed, which as a kid, it took me a while to figure that out. It took me a long time to figure this out. Yummy! Croctus liked it? Croctus? Croctus? You want yummy egg too. Well, that was why I hated it, because they jump around all over the place. But I guess that's... These games have that, so that's not really a surprising thing. Hi. Oh, I just realized one of the jiggies I was missing in the last level was a Jinjo. I forgot about that. That's what it was. It was a Jinjo I was missing. Alright, well I'll go back and get him later. No worries. My VOD for the last time I played this should be on YouTube. My YouTube channel is called Chill Out Tavern, if you ever want to check it out. I have a playthrough of Undertale on there, where I do voice acting, and I have Deltarune. And a bit of Banjo-Kazooie, I believe. I might have some other random videos, too. Undertale is another RPG I really love. I can't believe I forgot to mention it before. It's just kind of obvious, like everyone talks about Undertale, I don't think I need to bring it up. But it's a great game, despite that. It's one of those games where, I didn't play it for a long time. Because a lot of people were talking about it so much. I was kinda like, I don't know. But then I actually played it, and I'm very glad I did. I'm very glad I played it, because it was one of those games that, like, made me feel something. Yep, this is how you hatch an egg, Banjo. Freaking wreck it! This is very finicky. Thank God there wasn't an actual bird in there! And of course, all those Sans and is Nest stuff? Oh, Sans is Nest. You mean the game theory about it? I mean, it is just a theory, so you don't really have to listen to it. I don't believe that at all. Undertale was inspired by Earthbound for sure. But there's nothing in the game that references Earthbound ever, and I've played all of the Earthbound games, so I know. But like every single game that's popular in existence has stupid theories about it, and good, interesting theories about it. I don't think that's like a weird or annoying thing, because it's like, it's just people talking about the things they love, and they're gonna sometimes say ridiculous things about it. They get excited. And don't think it through. That's totally fine. I have weird theories about games myself that are probably totally stupid, but I totally think those things about them. Like, I think that Mew is the god of all the Pokemon and not Arceus. That's one of my theories about Pokemon, and a lot of people will probably be like, you're dumb. They'd probably be like, you're dumb. That's not true. And I'd be like, alright. Who cares? I don't really watch MatPat's stuff anymore, because I find that a lot of it is just very... Like, he used to have at least a little bit to back up his theories, or it would have some kind of sense to it. Now it just seems like he's pulling stuff out of thin air. Which I get, because it's hard to come up with a million theories, and eventually you start running out of ideas. But, that said, I just find it really hard to wrap my head around some of the stuff he's come up with lately. It might not even be him, at this point, coming up with it, because I think he hires people. I just know that, like, for me personally, I watch, Loxton and Noggin, which is a theory channel of mostly Pokemon stuff, and he's got a really good stuff on his channel, and it's not all theories, it's not all Pokemon, but it's really a good channel that I would recommend people checking out. I'm having trouble getting this thing. Okay, I feel like I'm going right toward it, and then, like, it just doesn't. Do it right in the middle. There we go. Yeah, MatPat used to have some great theories. Now it's okay. How does that make sense? Well, like I said, I think he's running out of ideas, and he's trying to get, like, videos out quicker. When you get a bigger audience, it just becomes harder to make quality stuff. And I get that. I get that, like, perspective. I can't get these yet. You'll see why later. But I can get them later. But at the same time, like, someone like Loxton has a large audience, and he's able to, for the most part, get out really quality stuff. Oh, what's happening? Oh, I'm fighting frogs. Okay! Hang on a sec. I gotta check something. Nope, not controls. That's not what I wanted. There's a bit of input lag in the menu. That's what I want. Oh wow, I have it almost as low as it can possibly go. It's so loud in my ears. I feel like I'm yelling over the music. I don't like these frogs. They're really hard to hit. I'm someone who likes frogs, usually. One more left. It's hard because they bounce, and their hitbox is a little bit weird. But I got him! Blub! You're too much for us, Pivots. Yeah I am. You know it. I rock their socks. I only got 2 this level so far, but there's a lot of, as I said, this is a very big level. A lot of stuff to get. Hey there, buddy. Ooh! Ooh! My feet are cold. Oh, that's a bit better. It is? Alright. Sounded painful, but... I remember being really disturbed by this when I was a kid. The way he goes... Ugh! Perhaps you'd like this. It was in my frickin' mouth. I am gonna go in there, but not yet. Yes, you can go inside the turtle. Because apparently, this game really likes war. I think you can go inside that crocodile as well. Like I said, at least it's creative and interesting. The eyes are really creepy, they're like not blinking at all. Oh hey! That's our alligator friend. I'm not gonna fight those guys because they always hurt me. I'm not good at fighting them, there's no point. I have to go back to where I just was to get that other, croc... or, alligator? I think it's an alligator. I know that the green thing looks like an alligator. They have longer snouts. Yay, we did it! You have 4 dart frogs on your right arm? That's awesome! Ow! I love frogs, like in real life I love frogs. Like, they're wonderful animals. I don't like them in this game, though. Video game frogs? Nope. Real frogs? Awesome. And I feel that way about I have gotta stop falling in the water. I feel that way about bats, too. I really like bats. But in video games, they are the most annoying things in the world. They're always, always annoying. Doesn't matter what game they're in. Diablo, Dark Cloud, Pokemon. Bats suck in video games. Stardew Valley, even. They're just so annoying. Okay, let's do the Maze of Death. I have to get something interesting out of there. Actually, I'm gonna grab these things first. Then we'll do the Maze of Death. I don't have any... exotic pets or anything I'd love to have when I get my own place. I have roommates right now that won't let me, but when I get my own place, I'd love to have... I'd like to get a dog, actually. I've always wanted to have a fox. A part of me feels like I want to try to get a fox. Just to see if I can. That'd be cool. Somewhere a group of Zubats are angry. I don't give a crap! I don't care if they're angry! They can go ahead and be angry! They annoy me! They annoy everybody who plays Pokemon. Everyone. You're lying if you say they don't annoy you in that game. I have to kind of go quiet for a second because I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. I remembered this being, like, harder. But, I don't know. I really hope I don't eat my words later. Oh, I think it was this that I was remembering. You have to, like, go across this really small... And if you fall, you have to do the whole maze again. Yeah, this is what I was having memories of. Look at this, 10 seconds. And I fell immediately. Yep, this is what I was remembering, sucking about this maze. And Grunty just made me miss the stick thing. I was about to jump over and then she started talking and it made me miss it. Frickin'. Ugh. What's a true fact that blue bats suck? It was so, I think I must have fallen, like, I don't know how many times I'm gonna fall now, but when I tried to do this last time, I must have fallen like 4 or 5 times. I had to keep doing this part. And the music, oh my god, it's so annoying. Like, Grant Kirkhope makes amazing music. You know what I'm gonna try? I think these boots make me go a little bit, like... I'm gonna try the... Oh wait, no, I have to hit the button first. I was thinking maybe trying the boots and then going across. Why not? Let's try it. I have 10 seconds. The camera angle, too. The camera angle keeps, like, doing this, but I'm not touching it? Oy 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 oy. It's also my fault for not knowing how to walk straight. Whoop. Almost missed that. I'm not entirely blaming the game here, but I am kind of blaming the game a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I remember actually raging at this when I was a kid. Fuck, I keep fucking falling, damn it! Except probably not those words. All I know is I had really good coleslaw earlier and I'm in a good mood. Fly over to it? I can't. Because I have to hit the button first. That's a good suggestion, but I have to hit this button first, and if I try flying over it, it won't be there, because the button will have to be hit first. I would love if the camera could stay behind me. Let's try that. If it gave me 15 seconds, it would be fine. It's that really small clock. Oh my god. That music doesn't help at all. It's like the wah 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 wah. It's like that. Oh my god. And I'm falling in the water and losing health every time too. This Jiggy sucks. It can suck my butt. This Jiggy can suck my butt. That's what it can do. If I fall again, I'm gonna die. I think. I need to find some health. I just saw the camera glitching through the wall. That was funny. Because Mumbo's thing is here. On the other side of this. I wanna get this Jiggy. See if I can find some health inside this guy. Or not inside this guy. I can't go on him yet. Just in general. I'm not comfortable trying that without health. If I was playing by myself, I'd probably just go for it. To be honest. Oh, I slid! Right off the edge, like ice physics. It's just fucking sliding, I hate it. I swear the N64 version didn't do this as much. That might just be crazy. I could just be completely crazy, but... There's no health anywhere, I don't see anything. Now I have one honeycomb to try it. Dilemma. Really? Really? Fuck off, Grunty! I'll come over there! Don't even make- I'm coming over there, I'm coming after you. Oh, wow. Now I'm going out of the level. Well, at least I have full health now. So there's the upside. I literally slid down a ramp you're supposed to walk up. It's this fucking toxic water that I've always hated on this level. This level would be great, like, perfect otherwise. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. I kinda zoned out for a second there. There you are. Staring at me into my soul. Staring without blinking into my soul. It's creepy. Good to know these are up here. Damn it, Grunty. F, thanks for the F. Oh, there was a honeycomb here, but I broke it, so I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave him there too, because he can give me a honeycomb. Yes, use some strategy. That dragonfly could just as easily kill me, but... that's alright. It's such a narrow edge. I thought about maybe just trying to see if I can, like, literally jump across it. I think that's what I did last time. That music is so loud, oh my god. Not, like, all the way across, but just, like... See, it's the camera, I can't turn it to the left anymore? Here? And if I bring it behind me, the wall's in the way. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous! It's ridiculous. Alright. I'll try it like this. Ah, I was trying not to go over to the right too much, and then I went over to the left too much. I overcompensated. Oi oi oi. And then the camera, every time after it shows that cutscene, it flips around and I can't see where I'm going. Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, you're dead, you deserved it. I'm gonna go kill that other one and get a honeycomb. Honeycomb cereal! It was really good. I remember it. That's all it just reminds me of. Honeycomb cereal. This really sucks now. This really sucks now. This really blows and really fucking sucks. I'm gonna try one more time. If I fail, I'm gonna go do something else and then come back to it. Because sometimes that can help to just stop. I hope that's not as loud for you as it is for me. Holy crap. Because the walking's very janky. Maybe I'll just try to take it slow-ish. Maybe 10 seconds feels like... Nope. Yep. Got it! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wants you to go slow and fast at the same time. Exactly, Zio. That's exactly the problem. And watch, now I'm not gonna be able to get back across. No, I can do it. See? I got it. I got it. First try, guys. First try. That was totally the first try. Anyways, let's go deal with Mumbo. Oh my god! That dragonfly was just, like, after me. He's like, nope! I'm gonna headbutt you from, like, 50 miles away. Make sure there's nothing behind it. Sometimes there is. Alright, I'm glad that's over. Hi. 1 second, Mumbo. I gotta see if there's anything up here. Sometimes there's stuff up here. See? I knew it! I knew you had something hiding in your hut. It's kinda hard to get it. Hi. This is one of my favorite things about this game. Right here. Yay! No, you're not gonna make boots out of me, buddy. What is wrong with you? Anyway, now we can go in the poison water and not get hurt. That's the thing, I don't like the poison water, as a, mechanic, but it makes sense when it goes with the transformation. Because then you can go back and get stuff in the water that you couldn't get as a bear. And I have to do this whole maze again. Obviously I can't use that while I'm a croc. It's such a cute transformation though. It's so adorable. And kinda cool at the same time. Woo! Whee! Oh, there was a hole there. Oh! Would you look at that? That's alright. I'll get that stuff later. Okay, so there's a thing we have to do as this guy inside here that I hate. Well, maybe not hate, just a little bit. There's the other nostril. But there's a bunch of stuff we can get in here too. So cute when he walks. I'm just, like, weirded out by the fact that there's sneakers in here. I don't remember if there's a way to get in here as Banjo. There might be. But let's do this anyway. Mr. Vile, greediest croc of all. I like that he says, play my game, doesn't explain the rules, and then tells you you're chickening out. It's like, well, most people wouldn't accept a game without knowing the rules first. But sure. Eat more red yumblies than me. Thing is, he cheats. Cause A, he seems to, like, know exactly where they are. He also, like, shoves you. I think he actually bites you. Sometimes. If I remember correctly. He's catching up to me really quick. This guy sucks. I gotta at least tie with him. Oh my god, I missed it. That one. Yeah, I gotta steal it right from under his nose. Ah, see, I can use him knowing where they are to my advantage. Oh, I'm gonna win. I got this. I used to not like this as a kid, but I'm actually- this is not bad. Hey, I got an achievement! Chomp chomp! You only win easy game, now we play hard- oh, that's right, okay. There's a one- now there's one where you can't eat the yellow ones. Oh, he's just starting this. Okay! He can't eat them either. But he's not going to, he's an AI. He might actually, I don't know. Probably not. You go a little bit faster than him, but he's bigger. I don't know if that's a disadvantage or not. Oh god. He knows where they are before I do. Bullshit. Still winning, but... yeah, I used to suck at this! Alright, well... I'm doing pretty good, so that's good. The music is, like... bubbly. Making me wanna do it. Oh yeah, first try, you suck, you're dumb. AIs cheat. Yes, they do. Usually. Only show what's at the top of the screen. Oh my god, are we still doing this? Really? Hey guys, it's fine. It's gonna change- I remember this because it changes it sometimes right as you're about to eat them. Yeah, there's a bunch of- oh, he went away. A bunch of yellow ones right near me. I knew it was about to change. It's got kind of a time limit. Oh, he went away! Rude! Ooh. See, it does that. It changes right as you're eating them. And then it stuns you. Which is dumb. It did it again to me. I was eating it as it was changing. And now he's winning. I'm gonna change it. That was bullshit. That's why I remember not liking this. It's this stage. I think you have to do it all again? Oh, what the heck? You just bit me. Greenie? Is that the best you got? Can I call you? Toothpick. That's your name now. Oh, I got a bunch in a row. Whoa. I gotta be vigilant. I'm just kinda like making sure right before I eat one, just like, oh my god, he's going so fast now. You see that? He's sped up. Yeah, whatever, toothpick. He just shoved me! He's literally shoving me out of the way. What an asshole. You're just salty because I'm better than you. Because I'm green. And cute. You're just salty. I got this. Unless that happens. Doesn't matter. Beat him by 1! Oh my god! Mr. Vile never lost before. Greenie can have the prize. Well, good. Don't bite me. 3 extra lives, but each time you lose, he chomps you for a life. No. You might be the baddest croc of all, but I have a Jiggy. And also really awesome shorts. Okay, well that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was actually worried about that one, but it turns out it wasn't that bad. I don't even know if this thing is alive, honestly. I don't think it is, but it also could be. So I gotta get these notes. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good time. I'm having a good time. Just playing some Banjo-Kazooie. I have to find all the stuff in the water. And then I can go change back. I don't think there's anything else I can do as a croc other than that minigame and getting stuff out of the water. I'm not 100% sure on that, but... pretty sure you just get stuff out of the water. Of which there's a lot of stuff. And I like this music so much. Hey! I got my life back from when I died trying to get that stupid Jiggy! Hello, lurkers, how are you doing? I hope you lurkers are doing good, too. I know how it is to be a lurker sometimes. But I know you're there, and I respect that. Hey, it's a Jinjo. I don't even want to know how they survive in the water. And the poison. Jinjos confuse me. They're kinda like Yoshis, like... they don't have an explained anatomy. You don't know how they work. They just do. They just do. And everyone just accepts it. By everyone, I mean everyone in the world. I think I got everything? I'm doing just peachy, that's good. Oh, I didn't go over here. Well, I guess I'll do that now. I guess I didn't have a reason to, really. Now I'm walking straight. Because the camera isn't going all freaking wonky bonky. Nice. I got a good view from up here, too. I think I got all the stuff in the water. Worst case scenario, I have to turn back and get some more, but I'm pretty sure we're good here. So I can go back... wait... yeah. That's just part of the background. I thought it was a mumbo token. I can go back, turn back to normal. Which is, not over here. I don't need those eggs. It's over there. And then we can get those couple things on top of those trees. I don't even know if those are trees. They're gigantic weeds. Oh yeah, guys, so October's coming up. Which is the month of Halloween, which is one of my favorite holidays, so I'm planning on playing some spooky stuff. I'm thinking of playing some spooky stuff. Here we go. Not on Halloween, I'll be... on Halloween, I'm not gonna be here, because I will be celebrating Halloween. But, leading up to it, I would like to play some scary games. They're not gonna be that scary, because I'm a friggin' wuss, like... but, They'll like have a theme of horror or something. I can make it! No, I can't. Ow. This is what I was talking about, these things. So I have to go over to that alligator over there. I think he has a thing for me. Maybe? Not alligator, frog! That's a frog! Oh my god, I'm getting my creatures mixed up. Oh, he's got a feather. I do like that enemies give health, because they generally... A lot of times I find I get hit. Okay, well, that was a lot more useless than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I really don't use the leaf fillers. It's just such a pain to use. I probably should, but oh well. How are we doing in this level? We're doing pretty good. Almost got all the notes. Only took me half an hour-ish to, like, get all that. That's not bad. Not bad at all. It's weird, like, I get these little memories, like, flashes of memories of this game, and I'm like, I remember doing this thing, but I don't remember how to do it. Just that I know I did it. There's a hut up there I saw that I have to go— Oh, there's a Jinjo under there! Do you see him? Sneaky little bastard. He's gonna get hurt. Oh, I can't. I thought I could get under there. Aw, I have to come all the way back here? I thought I saw a Mumbo token. I wasn't going crazy. Alright. Well, I'll do that later. I'm in that situation where I'm missing, like, a couple things and I don't quite know where to go yet. I'm just double checking up here, because I might have... Aha! Aha! Texas is closed down, so I'll be cooking dinner for my roommates. Awesome, that sounds good. What you cooking? Minnesota's doing alright? Oh, yeah, that's everywhere. People in Toronto are being extremely stupid right now. Like, everything was doing really good, the numbers were going down. And then a bunch of people had a bunch of parties, and... bam! Numbers back up again. Almost to where they were before. To the point where there's now a $10,000 fine for hosting parties in Toronto. Actually, anywhere in Ontario, I think. Because if you don't know, you watching don't know, I live in Toronto, Ontario. It's a month away that you're gonna cook? Yeah, I imagine it's like that everywhere, Zio. Or like, more like that around than, what's going on here. How do I have 3 Jiggies left? That doesn't make sense. Oh, the Jinjos, I think. Didn't get all of them. That's 1. Oh! Double kill! Double kill! Alright, I guess I have to go get that damn Jinjo that I missed. I swear, like, I didn't see it when I looked right in that spot, but... I don't know, maybe I'm blind. Maybe I went a little blind. Go cook tomorrow. We've been ordering in constantly. Using Uber. I'm not, oh. I'm not, like, self-isolating right now or anything, but I still try to not go into crowded places or anything. You never order? I probably wouldn't either if my kitchen wasn't always a disaster because of my roommates. Some of my roommates. Well, that and I don't really like our stove that much. And of course, I don't really want to go to grocery stores right now. Problem is ordering in food is expensive. Because they all have, like, a service charge, and then on top of the service charge, they have, like, their normal delivery fee, so you have to pay, like, double what you normally would. It's ridiculous. So we, like, usually because I live with a bunch of people, we all go in on it, so that it's, like, cheaper that way. 600 worth of food a month? Okay, well that works! If you can do that, that works fine. It's not something I can really do, but... Yeah, like, that's a good strategy, though, is to, like, go and just buy a whole bunch of food. Nope, I didn't want to talk to you. I don't like you. I didn't want to talk to you. Why are you still talking? Buddy. Oh my god. I wanted to see if there was anything in here I missed, that's all. Okay, let's go get that Jinjo. And that would be 8. I'll probably do a stream at some point where I go back to levels and get anything I missed. Maybe is what I'll do. And then I'll, like, get a guide, so I know where everything is. That's probably what I'll do, because I don't want to spend too much time while I'm streaming just running around the level. I know that annoys some people. It's not always, like, it's not always unavoidable, like, but sometimes it's something I just have to do, but in this case, I can just come back later. It was... over here. And, like, if I had somebody living with me who cooked all the time, I would buy all the food. Just be like, here you go. For sure, I would do it that way. I'm not actually a horrible cook, I just don't like the cleanup of it. I really don't like the cleanup. I'm just so bad that way. Okay, that was 8. I don't know where the hell the other 2 are. So, I'm leaving. I will come back here later. Unless anybody knows where to go. Otherwise, I'm gonna come back here later. Oh wait, maybe it's on top of that, one of those things. I can't get a first-person view, there it is, it's Y! No. I thought it might be on top of one of those things, maybe? There's like a big hole in the ceiling. Anyways. Oh, you know another game I really want to stream on my computer? On an emulator? Is, GoldenEye. I want to play GoldenEye. I own it, so I can... It's not illegal or anything, I want to stream it at some point. Zio goes, yeah, I definitely want to stream GoldenEye. I'm planning on streaming all the way through Ocarina of Time really soon. I think that's my next big thing I'm gonna do after this. because, I have a friend who had a lot of experience with Ocarina of Time, and they were asking me to play it, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. You clean as you cook. That's probably the best way to do it. I do try to at least clean right after, but I'm not a really messy person. My room's messy, but the rest of the house is clean. I'm not dirty though, I'm just messy. Just leave stuff. But I know where everything is, I always know where things are. Can I do this while I'm a crocodile? Crocodile? Yep! Freeze Easy Peak! OOT is Ocarina of Time. Zio, you were there when Zach asked me to stream. I'm lazy. Yeah, yeah, me too. Honest to God, like, I have, like, an energy threshold a day. Like, I have, like, a lot of energy, I'm good for a while, and then when I run out, I'm out. I'm done. Day over. No more energy. And usually, by the time I want to cook, I'm at that point. Like, when I stream, I have to drink, like, I have to, like, guzzle down coffee. This guy wants to shank me. He just hit me, but it didn't do anything. Yeah, that's what you get. Oh yeah! Ocarina of Time is a game I haven't actually played all the way through for a really long time. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute, so I would love to play through that again. I'm going through kind of a nostalgia phase right now with N64 anyway. But I'd have to play it on my emulator. This game I'm playing on the Xbox One. Ooh, excuse me! I don't know if you heard that, but... sorry. Sorry, not sorry, I really don't care if I burp into the mic. Whoops. My brain forgot what I was doing for a second there. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Well, I still got energy, I'll keep going for a bit. Play Earthbound. I'm not sure about that one. I don't probably want to play a whole lot of RPGs on a stream, because they're really long. And sometimes require a lot of grinding, which is kind of a thing I don't like doing on streams. Earthbound, it would have to be like a really special thing, like I'd have to like prepare for it and stuff. And I also have never played through it without a guide. Like I played through it once only and it was with a guide. If I do play an RPG, it's gonna be one I know really well. Like, I want to play Suikoden, I'm gonna play those games at some point. Because I know those games like the back of my hand, I could just breeze through them. And I don't need to grind that much in those games either. And I'm not a, like I said before, I am not a speedrunner. I love Earthbound, and I love Mother 3, but I don't know if I'd stream them. Plus, like, I think those are games, honestly, I would recommend you guys play on your own. Because role-playing games are really meant to be taken in and experienced and felt. And I don't always feel like you get that from a stream. If that makes sense. Again, with Suikoden, I'm gonna take my time with it, and I'm gonna be showing off everything I can in that game. But, like, yeah, I probably won't be doing a lot of RPGs, unfortunately. You're gonna give me a treat? Well, that's uncharacteristic of you. Can't wait for that day. Yeah, Yakuza is like one of those games you need to put, like, time aside for, because there's just so many things you can do. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to play Persona, because I just don't think I'm ever gonna have the time for it. It's one of the games I haven't played that I really want to, but I just... when am I gonna have time for that shit? Persona is a huge game. I meant Persona 4, or 5, or whatever. Any of them. I haven't played any of them. I've played some of the Shin Megami Tensei games, but never Persona. 'Cause I just don't. There's just so. There's so much. There's so much. It's intimidating. Yeah, I got rid of webs of eggs. That's how that works. Totally. That's it. You've created a shortcut. Hop in and see. I don't want to hop in. It's gross. Okay. I love the noise it makes. It sounds like it's gonna explode. I'm checking back here because I think, yeah, I got the Momo token already. But games like this, I will play the hell out of on stream. They're the perfect games for me to stream because I can kind of talk, but I don't have to be talking the whole time because they're entertaining enough. They're perfect for streaming. Or something like Undertale where it's really straightforward and you don't have to grind a lot. Cause that's why oh my god, there's bees! 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 I just lost my train of thought because I was yelling about bees. But I think where you basically don't have to spend hours walking around grinding. It's like the kind of thing I don't want to do on stream. I'll get it. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay. That was anticlimactic. Shovel Knight. You know what? I might play Shovel Knight. I've actually never beaten it. I'm about halfway through the game on my own. It's a great game. Like, I just haven't gotten to beating it yet. But it's a really good game. I wouldn't mind streaming that. Yeah, Shovel Knight's great. I probably won't be playing, like, super hard games ever, because I don't want to rage. I'm honestly a ragey guy. I'm just being honest. Like, I not even really ragey, more just, like, getting really frustrated, and then my energy comes out on the stream, and I want to keep these streams chill. Chill as this world is. Shovel Knight isn't that hard, though. I can play it. Oh, I need the running shoes, which I get in this world. Of course. Ah! Might as well. Shovel Knight and Reaper story, still need to do Plague and King. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not playing Dark Souls. Nope. A braver man than me can stream that game. If you want to watch a stream of that somebody already did on Twitch, Space Hamster streamed Dark Souls, and it was a really good stream, and it's all on his Switch. Like, that's where I would go for that game, honestly. I have played a bit of Dark Souls, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not necessarily the difficulty either, it's the doing things over and over again thing that pisses me off. I don't care if something's hard, I care if I have to continuously do something a lot of times. I just, nope. I don't wanna do it. Okay, I thought that might work. You'd be surprised how often, belly stomping people works in this game. You beat it 3 times? Yeah, Garnet frickin' beat it like 3 times or 4 times too. My friend Garnet. Like, a lot of people I know probably have. I play video games to relax and chill most of the time, like 80% of the time. If I am not relaxed, if I play something that's exciting, I want to be still enjoying myself. I just don't find, like, dying a whole bunch of times is fun. I get the satisfaction, because I have played Dark Souls, I get the satisfaction of beating something after a lot of tries, but I definitely wouldn't stream it. At the very least, I'd play it on my own. Zio knows how I can rage, he's heard me rage at Sonic Adventure 2! Because the last level of Sonic's thing is fucking baloney. That game's not even, like, made properly. It's like a fun little game, but like, the grind rails in that game are broken. Bloodborne is cancer. I actually have Bloodborne on the PS4, and I played it. I actually like Bloodborne more than Dark Souls. That's probably maybe an unpopular opinion, I'm not sure, but I found it not easier, just easier to figure out. If that makes sense? And I love the, like, aesthetics of it too, more. And when you like the way a game looks, it helps you want to play it. And I don't like the way Dark Souls looks that much. It's very dark and dreary. And so is Bloodborne, but Bloodborne has that, really cool aesthetic that I like. Not steampunk, but, like that kind of punk aesthetic that I really freaking like. And I had this cane weapon, which was really cool, I liked it. It's got like some really unique weapons and stuff in it. And I had my friend telling me stuff about it to help me out, so that was also probably helping. So the ability I'm getting here is the ability I can use when I'm flying, and I will show you guys that ability in a moment. These snowmen are the worst little assholes, like, they throw snowballs at you while you're trying to go around the level, and you can kill them, but they come back to life, so there's no point. There is some ice physics, by the way, in this level. They're not that bad, though, compared to some games. It's gothic! Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Gothic. I love gothic aesthetics so much. If I remember correctly, I think you actually have to kill the snowman, but they do come back eventually. I don't remember, like, if you actually have to kill them or not. I just remember I had to kill them for some reason. Maybe I just wanted to. That's the ability I just got. Oh, I think some of them have something in them. It's hard to line yourself up because they're throwing stuff at you. Yeah, there's a Mumbo token in that guy. I think there's a Jiggy in one of them. Gothic, though. I love Gothic. I like punk. Different types of punk, like steampunk I like as well. Maybe because it's different, I don't know. Ooh! Here we go. Those moments when you completely lose your train of thought and you're like, what was I saying? I will say this about streaming, and it's something I realized very early on. It's very difficult to talk and stream at the same time and come up with entertaining stuff. It just is. Because your brain's doing a lot at once. So when I play games like this, like Banjo-Kazooie, because I know Banjo-Kazooie so well, I can just play it without even thinking. But I'm not always going to be doing this well at a game while I'm streaming, because it's just not possible in my mind. I call it streamer fog. Anyone who's streamed before knows this. Anyone. Or at least most anyone. Oh yes, I know why he's not letting me in. I'll come back later. It's hard to be a pop punk kid in Texas. I would say that's one thing I really like about where I live in Toronto, is that it's really, people are quite accepting of a lot of different styles, but you also don't see a lot of one styles, so it's hard to find people who you relate to in Toronto as well, because everyone's kind of doing their own thing, but you also don't get really ridiculed that much. Not to say it doesn't happen, it certainly does happen, but that's the thing I really do like, well, I personally like about my city, because I don't have to worry about what I wear, I can just wear whatever I want, and no one's gonna be like, wow, you dressing like that. I feel really fortunate for that. But I also find it really hard to find other gamers here. I meet them once in a while, for sure, but... there's so many people, it's just like, it's almost like harder to find others like you when there's so many people, because they're all feeling different things. At least that's what I've experienced from living in a city. I used to live in a small town, and it was a lot easier to find, like, clubs and groups and things. Don't want to go in the water and get frozen? Then don't go in the water! Duh! Thanks. Thank you. Totally agree with that. Oh, it's so many games I want to stream. Like, I keep thinking about, while I'm doing this, about more games I want to stream. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do all these at once. I want to stream Dark Cloud as well. I was wanting to do that, because I have it on the PS4. Just, maybe what I will do is I will dedicate myself to certain series. Like, I'll do a stream where certain streams where I, like, play the whole game, and then I'll do some streams where I just play a part of the game. Just to kind of show it off. I'm not doing this yet, it's annoying. Because then I can kind of do what I want to do. And though I will, like, definitely consider requests and things, I definitely won't be able to play every game people want me to either, because that's impossible. But what I think... I thought I could get back in the air. What I think I will do is definitely, like, pick certain games that I'd like to play all the way through. Like, I definitely want to play Zelda Ocarina of Time in this game all the way through. And in other ones I can just play a part of, or parts of. And I can base it on how much you guys enjoy it too, of course. There's no point in me playing something if nobody wants me to, or enjoys it. I won't enjoy it then. Because I can always play a game on my own and enjoy it plenty. So it's about what you guys want. As well. I also just won't play something just because somebody asks me 17,000 times. Because if I don't want to play it, I'm not going to. That's how I am. I don't know why I can't kill the snowman. You'd think it'd be easy to kill a snowman. Oh, it's because I'm going from too far back, I think. Missed me. But I 100% will read and listen to anyone who says, like, would you play this? And I'll at least consider it. Nice and close. I think as soon as they start throwing the snowballs at you... Oh, I hit him. I definitely hit... Okay, I'll get him in a minute. I think this guy I have to kill. Did I hit him perfectly fine? Okay, well he's dead. Oop. Touch the water. Holy shit, guys! I got more health! Hell yeah! Ikam bokam. If you guys know any, like, short games, like games that you can beat really quickly, those are always good to have on the back burner in case I don't know what to do that day. Use fire. I wish I could burn these things to the ground. They used to drive me crazy. I'm doing weirdly okay against them right now, but usually when I play this, they drive me crazy. I know there's a mumbo thingy-majig around here. There it is. But I'm gonna do the seal stuff last because it's freaking annoying. You have to race. You have to race Boggy, the seal, or the... I don't know what he is, a polar bear. The race isn't too bad, but it's kind of annoying. That's a lot of this game. There's like mini games and things that are like not horrible, but they're not like great. But then there's like a lot of things that I really enjoy as well. But a lot of these adventure games have these little mini games that are sometimes just so infuriating. Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay. Fine. Oh my god! Okay, the ice friggin' split into other ices. It's like it was kinda like fighting a slime. I'm gonna go up there later, because I wanna get all the stuff down here first. When I play games, I'm usually kind of methodical. I'm not like the most methodical person in the world, like I'm not gonna be like, I must do it in this order, but I usually try to do things in a certain order, so it keeps it straight in my head. I can't make that jump. Keeps it all straight in my head, and then I know what I'm doing. If I start doing too many things at once, I get lost. Which is, you know, normal. Trying to remember where it's on the chimney. I've watched people play video games before, and they're just like, point to point, and I've also watched people just run all over the place and just kind of do things in whatever order they want, so... Oh my god. Apparently I, can't jump right now. I'm used to Banjo Tooie too, like, there's a ledge grab in Banjo Tooie I keep trying to do, and I realize that I can't do it, because I'm not playing that game. There we go. Have you guys ever done that where you're playing the sequel to a game? Or a prequel to the game, to a sequel, and you try to do something that doesn't do in the game because it's not there yet? I do that all the time. Especially games that are really similar to each other, but have slight differences. I can't kill this guy. Yes, I do sometimes. That's good to know that other people do that. Other than me. This particular one is just not working with me. Ah, finally, we got him! There it is. I did have to kill all of them. Okay, so now we're going now? To the top. I am gonna have to go up, like, manually, but you actually have to do... you do have to fly it up here. Aw, they waited for me. How kind of them. Now die. So it's interesting, if you go into this mode, you don't have the ice physics, but it's also harder to not run off the edge by accident, because you go too fast. So there's like a trade-off no matter what you do. This is my favorite thing about Banjo Tooie compared to this game. The game saves your notes, so once you get a note, it's yours forever. This game, if you die, sometimes you have to go back and get the notes again, which really sucks. Something like that. Here we go. It's cold. He didn't really tell me what he wanted me to do, but that's okay. I'm going backwards. I was supposed to go up this thing, but I started at the top. And I don't even care. See, it looks so fun, and I want to do it, but I know that I'm gonna well, actually, I'm gonna have to come back up here to do it anyway, so let's do it now. Whee! Mumbo token. Oh! That looks so painful! Hey, you found my sled! Yeah! I did. Pretty sure that would have, like, given him an ulcer or something. Slamming a sled into his gut like that. Note to self, don't forget the freaking Christmas tree. Ah, ice physics. God damn it. The other thing that's annoying in games, other than water levels, ice physics. They are just so unnecessary. Like, you didn't drive the point home that it's snowing enough, you needed to add actual physics with the ice that sometimes isn't there anyway. It's different when there's, like, patches of ice in the game and you can actually slip on them. But it's just, when the whole level is ice physics, it's so dumb. Any game devs are listening, please don't do that in your game. It's dumb. Oh, hi, Jinjo. Ice puzzles are different. It's like I'm making a little song with them as I pick them up. Oops, I missed that one, and that one. I'm more making sure I get the notes. Yes, they do. The controls change so much between games in Uncharted. Oh, yeah, they do. Uncharted is a great game series, but, like, yes, they definitely do. I think the games change between games. Like, Uncharted 1 had its own kind of feel to it compared to the second. And then the third and fourth are more similar to each other, but I found, like, between Uncharted 1 and 2, like, those two games are almost completely different games, in my mind. Uncharted is a game I have a love-hate relationship with because I beat it on the hardest difficulty. I don't know why I decided to do that. I just enjoyed the game on easy a lot. And I was like, I want to play it through on the hard difficulty. And it was a nightmare. But I did it. Again, don't know why I decided to torture myself that weekend. I'm waiting for someone to race me. Numbut? Would I ever consider doing Crash on stream? Crash 4? The new Crash? Because I don't have that game at the moment. But if I am considering getting the game, and when I do, I might stream it. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I might stream it. I have to fly to the moon. No, I have to go to Mumbo. Mumbo! Also, Banjo-Kazooie is a lot more... What's the word? It's a lot more, like... Every level has, like, some of the same things. Like, every Banjo-Kazooie level has Jinjos. Everyone has, like, a Mumbo thing. Everyone has, like, some kind of enemy you have to defeat. But Banjo-Tooie has levels that feel very different from each other. They really stand out, and they feel like their own beasts. And that's, like, the biggest difference between the two games. The only similarity in Banjo-Tooie and the levels is that each one has a boss, but the bosses are all different, too. And I feel like that's a big distinction between the sequel and this. or any past Crash games. Well, I don't know how I would... I guess I could do that on an emulator. I wouldn't probably mind doing that. I actually haven't really played the old Crash games that much. Oh my god, guys. He's gone all fat. Big teeth. Mumbo's an asshole in this game. When I grew up with Nintendo and Sega. And then I got a PlayStation later down the line and played a lot of RPGs on it. So I didn't really play a lot of Crash. My first experience with Spyro is the Reignited trilogy, which I love. Which I absolutely love. But, I didn't really play those games as a kid, so I don't have a lot of nostalgia for Crash Bandicoot. So it would, at the very least, it would be a very new experience for me. Sly Cooper's the same. The only, PlayStation thing that I have a lot of nostalgia for is Ratchet and Clank. And I guess Uncharted as well. Because Ratchet and Clank, I started with it when it came out, and I've been with it since, and I love Ratchet and Clank. But I didn't play a lot of Sly Cooper, I didn't play a lot of Crash, I didn't play a lot of Spyro. Uncharted, I like those games. God of War, too. Those are, like, I think the three I played most was those three. And Apex Escape. Apex Escape, oh, I love Apex Escape. Controls are weird in this. You kind of move it just normal with the joystick. So you got a lot of control, but he's clearly going faster than me. He pushed me like the alligator did. Oh my god. I 100% know you couldn't walk faster than this. I don't remember if I have to beat him or just go a certain speed. He kind of like, rubber bands you, and then slows down. Oops! Aw, come on, I, like, went through the bridge. Sort of. The chat's distracting me! Okay, I gotta stop reading the chat for a second. You guys are so distracting. Oh my god, right at the end he pushed me. That motherfucker! My cousin had a PS1 and Crash, however, he would only bring his PS1 at family gatherings. Oh yeah. Yeah, like, actually, I played Crash at a family gathering as well. Because my cousins also had a PS1 and Crash. But I grew up with Sega Genesis and then Nintendo 64, in that order. Then I had when I was about 10 or 11, I got a GameCube and a PS2. So that's when I got into Sony, was with PS2. So I barely even touched the PS1 until I was older. But I did have some PS1 games that I rented. But they were hard to find and rent, because at that point I was already, like, they were putting out PS2 games. So my history is a little bit weird, because I kind of have experience with all three in some way. But when I was a little kid, it was Sega Genesis all the way. And then when my parents split up and my stepmom's kids had a Super Nintendo, and that's when I started playing those games. And I was really into Super Mario Brothers 3. I played that one almost. That and Ninja Gaiden, pretty much just those. I played those. I love those games. Oh! Just barely did it! I grew up with Nintendo and went with Xbox. Yeah. I know a couple people who grew up with the N64. And didn't play anything before that, because they were a little bit older than I am. I But I started out with the Sega Genesis and the PC. I also did a lot of PC gaming when I was younger as well. So I'm not like a console. I'm not like a console elitist or anything. Like I like PC games too. But I do find playing on the console to be more comfortable for me. That's just my own preference. You don't have to set things up. It's just a lot simpler. But I won't deny I love a good game with some mods sometimes. When I was a kid, though, I loved strategy games. I loved on my PC. I loved like Civilization was my jam. I loved Civilization 1 and 2, and I loved Age of Empires. Why, hello again. Waza is so nice. I understand he's a little wary of people. I mean, I would be if I was a walrus. It's funny when I look at the comments because I have my stream open and I'll see myself doing a thing I just did. And it trips me out. I'm like, wait, I'm not in the cave anymore. Okay, okay, I know what I have to do. I'm remembering it now. Okay, first of all, there's some stuff in the water. I want to make sure I get everything before I turn back. I don't know why they make the Mumbo thing so friggin' annoying to get to. In 2E, they're just like, right there. You're like, oh, yeah, there it is. I know I do have a lot of interesting, unpopular gaming, opinions sometimes, but I want people watching to know that I 100% respect theirs as well. Very often I get where people are coming from with different opinions and stuff. But I generally just tend to be honest. Ah, there's a Mumbo token. I'm trying to find that group of houses where the fly pad is, because there's some stuff in the water there. I don't remember if I got it. Everything... Ah, it's over there. That's where I want to go. Because I always think people should be honest about their opinions of gaming, no matter what it is. Oh, I did get everything here. Okay, well, I'll go turn back. I got an annoying minigame to do now. Because we're all different... We're all different people. If everyone thought the same, it'd be a pretty boring world, in my opinion. But one of my unpopular gaming opinions is where I was getting to with this. Is, I like Banjo 2E more than Banjo-Kazooie. And I think a lot of people I've heard online like Kazooie more. I feel like the opinion is that, like, they like Kazooie more, anyway. I like 2E a lot more. I think it's way more polished. I think the controls are better. I think the story's better. The levels are a lot more unique in how they all play and feel. And it was also the one I kind of started with, which is probably has to do with it as well. I don't dislike Kazooie, but I do like 2E more as a game. I think one complaint I've heard about Kazooie is the levels are really big, and sometimes maybe too big, but I think they're the perfect size for the most part. The only level I don't like in Kazooie is Kaku Land. That level is bullshit. But every other level I love. Love that game so much. We're the Twinklies. Yes, you are. Twinkly Munch. Oh, yes, okay, yeah. I have to basically hit these guys before they eat each of these. I have to do it all along. I don't remember. I think I have to... Oh, I can hit them like that. Okay, that's easier. They're being horribly slaughtered. I have to start this one over, I think. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. As long as you get a good rhythm going. Oh, yeah, no, I think I can do it. I think it's fine. Oops. They're so cute, and then they just get chomped. You're like, oh god. What have I done? Oh yeah, I'll get three through. No problem. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that orange one was due. Did it. This is another one of those things I remember this being more annoying than it is. Could it be I've gotten better at video games? Nah, that can't be it. That can't be it. Awkward on button. Oh, I have to shoot it with an egg. Thought I had to just, like, hit it. There we go. The 2E has better platforming, that is for sure, because you can grab onto the ledges, which is significant. I, kinda missed what he wanted me to do there, but I think I have to go up this tree. I see that mumbo token. Oh, hi, ant. Or termite. Those are termites. Uh-huh. Did you guys catch what I was supposed to do? Merry Xmas. I should wait, after I beat this level, to do, Haunted Manor. There's, like, a Haunted Mansion level in this game. I should wait for that one for Halloween. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, me. That is a good idea, me. Good job, me. Yay! I got all the notes. Got all the notes. Got all the notes. Got all the notes. I get all the presents. Take me to the kids. I'm the last one. I don't know what that timer was supposed to be for. And the Jiggy's there now again, so I'm confuzzled. Let me see. Oops. Oops. It's also really hard to line up your shots in this game. And then 2E gives you like a crosshair. Oh, I have to okay. Okay. I know what I have to do now. That's a good idea. Well, that's what we'll do. Because I want to start up a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time stream soon. It should be on my PC. You have to fly through it a couple times, I remember. I remember. No! No! Oh my god, really? Ugh! The flying sucks in this. There we go. I legit hate flying, like whenever I don't have to fly, I won't. In this game. It's so annoying to control. There we go. There we go, go. This music is making me feel, like, very festive. I can't get through there. I'm a festive person. My family was always very much into holidays. I'm not really a big fan of Thanksgiving, but the other ones I like. I don't really celebrate Easter that much either. But the big three. Whoa! No! Why? Why, Banjo? Why? Why? This thing is like really stupid jump on. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. 5 out of 10. 1 out of 2. All the notes. All the notes means I've been everywhere. What-oh, what-oh. Man, I used to know where everything was in this, like, off by heart. But then I got old, my memory went. Nah, I don't remember where anything is. Who here, like, doesn't celebrate Christmas? Does anyone not celebrate it? I'm more curious about that, because I know a lot of people who celebrate it. I'm gonna go up here and check if I missed anything, because I probably did. I almost fell off because I was looking at the comments. I know the comments are gonna get me killed at least once. I'm not sure if I'm at full health. Oh, I am. Just wanted to make sure. Better safe than sorry. That's what some guy says. Looky what I found! It's in his pipe. He got something stuck in his pipe. I had to get it out of his pipe. I always forget what the button is to look. Cause it's Xbox controller. The comments will never get you killed. That's bullshit. The comments try to get me killed, I'm pretty sure. Is what's happening here. Chat's like, just waiting for an opportunity. Especially you, Zio. You're always trying to get me killed, all the time. Just looking around. I might as well, since I can fly everywhere. What am I missing? I know I think there's a second sled race, but I'm still missing 3 other chickies. I killed all the stupid snow- That's the thing with the snowman. They don't come back, but if you leave the level and come back, then they respawn. And you saw how annoying those were to kill. Do I have any proof? Ask literally anyone we played video games with before. You are a red rummer. Yeah, he wants to race me again. I don't want to race you. You dumb polar bear. But I guess we have to. I mean, I don't have to. I could technically leave the level right now. Fair enough point. Zio is notorious in my group of friends for friendly fire. Hey, buddy, fancy a race? I don't want to. Run through the reds. I think he just wants me to run. Oh, I don't have the running shoes yet. You know what this means? It means I have to come back. Bye. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that... That's not happening. I have to come back later. So this is the other thing with Banjo-Kazooie. Later levels in the game, you can't 100% first time through. I did not mean to do that. He was talking, and I was trying to skip it. The skip button is the same as the accept button. You basically have to cheat to beat him. And, yeah, I'm not equipped for this. I swear there was something else in the Walrus Cave, but I might be wrong on that. I feel like I remember that, but I don't know. I didn't see anything in there. Might be something in here. Oh! That's what the presents were for. That makes sense. Yippee! Aw, they're so cute. And then the music changes all happy. Oh, Banjo-Tooie does have some really good and really bad minigames, though. Nah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. This music's driving me crazy. It's not. I just want to change pace. It's making me cold. I activated this. Oh, it's just a mumbo token? Ikabokam. My favorite transformation is the bee. You can fly around and shoot stingers at people, and it's fun. But we haven't gotten that one yet. I also really like the crocodile one. But I really like reptiles in general. What time is it? 7:20. Yeah, we could go for a bit more if you guys want. I still have it in me. I don't even know why I did that. This is where I want to go. Okay, don't forget to save. That's the thing. Like, there's no save option, and when you hit exit, it just exits the game, so I figured that, like, it auto-saved. Maybe I turned the game off without exiting and it didn't save it because of that. Maybe I'll quickly exit and come back in just to make sure. We don't want to do all that again. Ah, that's for sure. I'm not stopping the game. I'm just making sure it saves. Yeah, that will make sure it saves for sure. 45 jigsaws. Now I have more than my other file. I hate when my ear gets itchy and I have a headset on. Luckily, we have that teleport pot. No, it's not in the helper options, it just auto-saves when you exit, I think. Is what happens. That's my guess. Oh. That looks very disturbing. Oh, cool! I'm always down for a free Jiggy. Whether that be a jigsaw piece Jiggy, or a dance Jiggy. Oh my god, go in the pot. Banjo is kind of linear, but you can sort of play the levels out of order later on, so there's also that. Banjo's got that going for him. Like, I think I can go up here now. Or through that doorway I just opened. Yeah, I can. I guess it's in here. It's a pot! Yeah, I don't have the other one yet, but, we've at least unlocked that one. So we can come back there later. I'm trying to remember which one goes to the Halloween level and which one goes to the other one. That's way too close to the edge. I don't like it. I'm not an edgy person. I don't want to talk to you. If you're wondering, she says random gross facts about Grunty, and you use them in a quiz later, but I already have heard them like 100 times, and I just don't want to. You guys can look them up online. That's what you can do. They are pretty funny. And extremely gross. Oh my god, hi. Yeah, okay, I'm going the right way. This is what I was looking for. I have nothing to say about that tunnel. Let's go up. Get out of this water. This is just a big frickin' huge cavern. How are you supposed to get that? Okay, I see what we have to do. Well, the first thing is not getting eaten by this fish, but the second thing is jumping up here. There we go. Mumbo token. God, the things we do for Mumbo tokens. We go through... some of the games of Mumbo tokens are harder to get than, like... Jiggies. Sometimes. Oh, frig. Sometimes they're hard to get the honeycombs. There's like... I don't know why they make some of them so hard. Ow. Look at this asshole, he's guarding the frickin' shelf. How much do you want to bet, Grunty? Because I would bet that I would win, and then make a bunch of money, and then you'd be poor, and I'd have money, and it'd all be good. There's a couple jumps like this, where you have to jump away and then back, and I really dislike them. Oh, that was Bad Monster Mansion. The one I didn't want to play today. But it's open, so there's that. I can go try to see if I can find the other one, though. I'm pretty sure I can open it. If not, I'll just stop. Whoops. I was reading the chat if you were wondering why I almost drove into a wall. You said indeed, but I don't know what you were agreeing to, because you're behind me a bit. Oh, there's another one. Would you look at that? I'm running out of air. Should probably get some air. There we go. Oh, right, yes. Oh, for the Mumbo tokens, yeah. Yeah, we go for a lot for those Mumbo tokens sometimes. I don't even think you need all of them in the game or anything. So, like... I'm really glad they got rid of those in 2E and just made it a single item that you get in each level. It was so much better. This is what I wanted to open up. Yeah, we're not gonna have time to do this level today. Cause, like, I remember Gobby's Valley. It's a very fun level, but it's big. There's a lot of stuff to do in it. And a lot of flying around. It's just a big level in Should I go over there? It looks like there's something there, but I don't know what it is. I see the fairy, but there's something next to her. I don't know what that is. Oh, I know what that is. Okay, yeah, I won't go over there yet. It's a tiny little opening that you get to from here. But I don't want to go there yet, so... I was just seeing if there's anything else I could do around the main hub quickly before I end the stream. Or at least end this game. I gotta look into some more stuff about... Oh, fuck, I just walked off the cliff. Well, that was a good way to end it. That's the game's way of telling me I need to stop. I've walked directly into lava. I've gotta look into some stuff related to Streamlabs, and then once I do that, I'll start streaming Zelda. Nope, you don't get that. Too bad. Really? Alright, well, we're gonna end off here today. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really, really appreciate it. Until next time.